Ladies and gentlemen, this is your final boarding call for the good ship SS tomorrow.
Today on The Friendly Futurist, an urgent message about the advancement of AGI. And welcome back. Today's guest is Stefan Fehr. He's the founder and CEO of Modern IQ, and he has got a dog in the fight, an iron in the fire, about artificial intelligence, because he's a startup founder in this space, and he's come to us today with a warning, an urgent message about artificial general intelligence. Now, we talk a lot about artificial intelligence on this show, but when we talk about AI, it's ANI, or artificial narrow intelligence. But believe it or not, it's likely in the next 5-6 years, AGI will become more prominent, reaching to a point what futurists are called the singularity. Now, for the next few episodes, artificial intelligence is going to be a common theme. I also have to warn you too that beware of the Gartner hype cycle. A lot of the things we see AI today is going to be crashing down before it'll go a little bit up, crash down through the valley of death, when we get to the plateau of adoption. If you understand, you know that what AI technology is going through is what the metaverse went through in 2 years' time, potentially, and what the internet as a whole went through in the year 2000. Anyhow, I'm digressing a little bit. So Stefan's got a little message about artificial intelligence, and he's coming up after the break. We've got Stefan Fehr. He's from Modern IQ. He's the founder, CEO, head honcho, chief automator. Actually, I don't think there's not very many things he doesn't do in the organization. And he's here today, and we have a very interesting chat about AGI, or artificial general intelligence. Now, in the past, I have covered artificial narrow intelligence quite a lot, not delving too deeply into the next stage, just before the scary Terminator stuff, but that's all just science fiction. We're not going to worry about it here because we're all about the facts here on The Friendly Futurist. Anyhow, Stefan, welcome to the show. And with all my guests, for the sake of my listeners, just a quick rundown on your story so far. Start wherever you want to start.
Yeah, hello. So my name is Stefan. I'm the founder of Modern IQs, which is an AI company itself in the marketing field. I've been working with artificial intelligence apps since 2019, and so long before ChatGPT. The reason why we're having this episode today is because, I'd like to, discuss the current capabilities of AI and how much more potential the current state of AI has than ChatGPT, which is around a factor of 1,000. And we are using our systems. Our systems are operating in the core tasks at the current maximum capacity of AI. And maybe shine a light on why we don't need to develop further and how potent these systems can be if used correctly. And what's the state? Where are we right now on the way to AGI? And what we should do.
Yeah, fantastic. And what was the aha moment when you realized that we're probably further down the AGI development than we like to think?
Well, since I'm in the field and I'm kind of part of responsible with the whole thing as well, so I am pretty deep involved. And just a couple of days ago, I saw this tweet from Elon Musk, and the expert's opinion, he was just referring to the expert's opinion that we will have AGI in 2026. And I mean, I'm hearing this since half a year now. And I was like, whoa, this is where I had a wake up moment, because I just suddenly realized that if the experts are right, And I think they are this time. Experts are not always right, but on this topic, I think it's our best shot. This means that since the launch of ChatGPT, we have half the time has passed now. So just for the audience, AGI is not a Terminator. AGI is not the superhuman, the intelligence that is a billion times more smarter than us. What AGI is a human equivalent capabilities of what a human has. Yeah.
It's like a common thing. Current on this podcast actually is the Wozniak coffee test. Now, if an AI-powered machine can go into your house, make a perfect cup of coffee in the kitchen, we know we've reached AGI. So I think that's probably the easiest way to think of it. Yeah.
Is exactly that, like what kind of capabilities humans have. Right now, AI can do specific tasks, but what we're talking about then is a software that has the capabilities of, when being transplanted into a robot, that the robot can do almost everything a human can do at the same quality level and so on, and understanding and everything. Yeah.
Okay. So we're saying this is in 2026, so that's not too far. That's 2 years away. That's really, really an eye-opener.
Okay, so my opinion on this is, let's say it like that. What's currently happening is development in AI is progressing at a very fast pace, and our society is not ready. We're not at a stage where we should be. So, for example, if a robot with human capabilities can be built in 2 years, and Tesla is already working on this heavily, this is their major task now. I'm expecting in this decade that millions of robots with human capabilities will be they'll probably produce themselves and getting sold. So you would have more and more millions of robots, eventually billions of robots that are replacing the human workforce. And in my belief, if we're half the way till the first rollout of this, time-wise, we should be half the way in progress as well. Yeah. And we are like almost nowhere. What you should see in the news every day is country X is doing the third phase of a UBI test with some certain part of their population, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we should be in the end phase of testing how we are going to roll out a UBI, universal basic income, where people get money without needing to work. We should be in the end phase of this. We should be flattening out the last problems, and we should be in the major phase on how to help people dealing with the mental consequences of having a completely different life in a couple of years. This is what I'm thinking with the current stand.
That's a good point too, because I think the relationship with AI and robotics in general and machines, I don't want to say they're going to be a subservient class, but they're going to do all the hard, mundane tasks. So we are freeing up ourselves for the more finesse. The way I see it, it's kind of like, Google Maps. That doesn't drive your car, but it helps you where to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, in my opinion, we built a system. What our company is doing mainly is creating blog articles. So a blog article, right? You go on Google and you search for whatever, how to prepare this kind of sushi or so on. And then you land on a website and you see a blog article about how to prepare sushi. So this doing a blog article in high quality used to take 20 hours. And now with ChatGPT, you can do at the quality level we do, you still need 4 hours. So you're already like 500% faster with ChatGPT. But the thing is, with our system, which is using a equivalent capable AI than GPT-4, with our system, it's 1,000 times faster than ChatGPT. So what I want to say with this is you can create a blog article with doing hundreds of micromanagement steps in 10 seconds. That means that a person creating a blog article can do the work of 1,000 persons creating blog articles with ChatGPT. So that's why when I'm saying we are operating at the current maximum of AI, this is kind of the current maximum of AI. This is how potent AI is today. We're talking about one person that can do 1,000 times, that can do the same work as 1,000 people with ChatGPT. And ChatGPT is already like way advanced than how we used to work before. So the question is, why are we not stopping to develop and start to implement before we go for the next step?
And
Yeah.
also, I guess, too, it's all about the training of ChatGPT, because at the moment it's just thrown out to the cesspit of what is the internet. Whereas we probably now is a good opportunity to, give it a sense of moral ethics boundaries, so it can be a more, I guess, productive member of society, not just spitting out rhetoric that could be wrong or insightful or hateful, things like that.
On the moral and ethics part, I am actually not sure
Yeah.
how to do this properly, because to avoid misconceptions inside the AI in the future, it's a difficult task.
Yeah. Guess that's the big challenge now between now and reaching AGI, I guess.
Well, I guess it's not safe AGI. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what other than just the large language models, what other technology will have this amazing capability with AGI that you can see in the future coming out?
So a large language model is not enough. AGI is more than just, I guess you can do quite a lot with writing text, which is describing the machine what to do. But for AGI, there's different systems. The large language model inside an AGI is just a small part of its intelligence. So there's other systems, and I'm mainly working with LLMs. So these other forms of AI that are solving other parts of our intelligence artificially, I'm not too big of an expert in. But I've seen videos on YouTube and so on where companies are developing systems that can figure out how to achieve a task, not just on the computer. Like, we're talking a software that's sitting inside a robot, and then the robot, without training, can figure out what to do next by itself. So this is all stuff that is already in development or even already finished developing and working. Yeah.
Is there any tips or advice for our listeners who might be interested in further development of artificial intelligence?
I have to say, I'm not the biggest expert on or in this field. I would suggest people to look for people that. So what we're talking about here is the field. If you want to be an expert in current AI development, what you have to do is use AI systems to stay on top of, or try to stay on top of, the current development globally, which is ultra hard. So I know a couple of sources on LinkedIn and so on. Their main job is to just collect all the major developments that are weekly happening and putting out newsletters. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name, but what I'm going to say is you have to do this as a full-time job with heavy leverage of AI tools to keep up with the development. So, yeah.
That's cool. Now, as this podcast is about the future, how do you see us with AI in, say, 2034 and beyond?
2034, it's something I'm thinking about a lot, but I'm thinking more like, so when you look at the current world, when I think about development, I think about the time before 1995 and afterwards, because that was like where internet got rolled out to the global population, like fast, more and more fast. And I see, since more and more people have internet available, development, I always see this as a factor of 100. So we are now 100 times faster developing than before. If you think about somebody wants to do science, right? All they could do is go to a library to get a 20-year-old book, or go get a magazine which is coming out once a month with like tiny detail. And nobody could talk to another person across the planet in seconds, right? So there's like a lot of things with the internet that sped up the whole development, global development in certain areas by a factor of 100. And this is the important thing. So we're still living in houses. We still have streets and cars, right? So there will be, I guess, parts of our social life, of our global structures that will maybe still be the same in 10 years. to be honest, when you think about how much of our daily life is now influenced by technologies that haven't existed before the internet, like Facebook, social media, YouTube, so everything. So if you're still eating bread, you're still eating, right? Might be still the same then. But I have to say, I think with AI, development will have at least another 100x, at least. So this means that compared to 1994, we're doing 10,000 years of development in 1 year soon. And that is in certain areas. And these areas will influence a lot because, right? Because that's just such a strong thing. It might even be that we don't even live in biological bodies anymore in 10 years. I'm not sure, but there's a lot of upside. So longevity, for example, I right now think, I give you an example with longevity. My grandma said 1970, you had a life expectancy of 70 years. Now it's over 80. So let's say in 50 years, we gained 15 years of life expectancy. When you think about how global development, science, and so on, how slow this was in 1970 compared to today, it's very likely that in the next 15 years, we will gain 50 years. So that basically translates to me thinking that the current life expectancy, if you're born today, is probably above 150 or 250 years on average.
Interesting.
It's not, there's no science behind that aspect. It's just, I look at the numbers. I look at how fast things are changing with genomic treatment and so on. This is like, it's going to be nuts.
Yeah. Well, actually, transhumanism is the frontier of biological science. And actually, I found the ceiling for human life, it takes about 160 years. Yeah. That's going to open up so much, I think, I mean, why settle down, get married in your 20s, expecting to, pass your DNA on to the next generation if you're going to live to 100 years, you might as well settle down when you're in your 40s and 50s, if that's the case.
There's change coming.
Yeah. And I think because I can't remember the name of the enzymes, it's the same enzyme that allow jellyfish to reproduce and not reproduce, rejuvenate their cells after they have reached a certain life cycle. And they found that in humans too. So I think that's fascinating. It really is. And maybe we could come, I know it's a bit of the ick factor, one with the machines, or we need to do something some sort of artificial evolution to actually keep up. Otherwise, we'll be left behind. Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, I have to say, even without, these genomic treatments, that's like, I heard recently that in the US, there's around 1,000 genomic treatments in clinical tests right now. So you can expect, I don't know, maybe a 50 cures coming up in the next years. And this is all without AI, right?
Yeah.
Or with a very ultra limited use of AI. So the question I have is, if we can produce systems, so if we can produce one-click solutions just as Modern IQs does, that are speeding up processes by 1,000 times compared to ChatGPT or 5,000 times compared to normal work, why shouldn't we stop here? Like, really stop, develop everything till we have apps, not just for blog articles, but for like a lot of stuff what we're doing to max out the potential and learn and see what would be a smart next step. Because if we have already solved immortality or on the brink of solving it, why should we go so much more further? That's the question. Yeah.
That's very interesting. And let's not forget too that quantum computing, the cells act in the same laws of quantum physics. So that's another really big major breakthrough in this area. I think it's fascinating. We're getting off topic here, but
but that's why I'm saying, like, every development goes exponentially, and now a double or triple exponentially. So it's already ultra fast.
Yeah.
Right. So the question here is, do we really want to end up in a situation, in a world where we wake up and all of a sudden we're waking up in a metal body because just, the law was changed 1:37 at night and everybody got transplanted into a robot. And 1:37 you already, like 10 minutes later, you already had, I don't know, houses are not allowed anymore or something. We're probably entering a phase where time is not progressing anymore compared to development. And this is nuts because that means that every hour you're living in a different world.
Yeah. Very, very, very interesting. And
I know it's going to be cozy.
Yeah. I know Ray Kurzweil just brought out a new book. I think I'm going to have to start reading on it, up on it.
Yeah.
Stefan, is there anything I didn't ask but should?
There's I guess the point came across. The question we should ask. So one thing that really scares me, to be honest, is that people don't even know what AGI is. They don't even really care what AI is or what it can do today. And this is like the thing which I'm concerned about most, that people just underestimate it so intensely. So AGI is a human-capable robot that has human capabilities in doing every job. And one robot needs to learn the job, then every other robot can do it because they're synced. Their brains are synced. And this is going to be happening from 2026 till 2030, like massive rollouts of millions. So we got to be like aware of this and prepare. I made a post a couple of days ago where I said that the whole world should do one task right now: prepare for AGI.
Yeah, fantastic. And I'm really enjoying our conversation, but where else can we find you out there in the World Wide Web?
Yeah, so I'm currently most active on LinkedIn, but I'm building out X because it's like the platform where I'm feeling safe the most, that I'm never getting canceled or something. But I'm like everywhere. Obviously, we're automating everything. So we're Modern IQs is on YouTube, Modern IQs is on LinkedIn, X, Facebook, Twitter. That's the same. But mostly, if there's anybody in the audience that wants to get free blog articles, so get free traffic from Google, our system is you can create a blog article for free, one blog article right now per month on our website, moderniqs.com. And we're trying to scale this up to 10. And yeah, I guess 10 blog articles a month should replace most people's social activity.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll make sure those are in the show notes. Stefan, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you this evening.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Pleasure's all mine. And thanks to Stefan for his input. Now, join us next week as we're looking at drone technology here on The Friendly Futurist. Friendly Futurist is a podcast West production. It's produced and edited by me, Dave Monk. If you love this show, please give us a 5-star ratings on your favourite platform. Until next time, friends, remember, stay curious and the future is user-friendly.
Another Podcasts West production.
This podcast is just for educational purposes and it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner or advisor. Please do your homework and seek professional help before you take on any adventures.